Stakeholders in Kenya's export market have expressed concerns over the European Union's new sustainability directives that came into effect in 2024, mandating a compliance with environmental, social, and governance, known as ESG standards across global supply chains. Now, though these regulations primarily target EU-based companies, their reach extends beyond Europe, influencing markets globally. Now, our reporter Sophia Ali breaks down how the EU directives will impact countries like Kenya that are integral to global supply chains.
Kenyan exporters, particularly in agriculture, now face the challenge of aligning with the stringent ESG requirements. The requirements not only demand the quality of products to meet European standards, but also the entire production process be environmentally and socially responsible.
If you are, of course, producing goods that are sustainably not very, I would say environmentally friendly, it means perhaps you'll pay a bigger price to access those markets. So they're trying to limit their emissions, and the EU has an ambitious agenda to be carbon neutral by 2050.
Under the EU-Kenyan Economic Partnership Agreement, the Kenyan goods enjoy duty-free access to Europe. The privilege is, however, threatened by the high cost of compliance with tea, coffee, cut flowers, and horticultural produce, accounting for 44% of domestic export earnings.
If the government can give guidance, because they are the ones who do the trade agreements, they also need to consider when they are getting into an agreement with another country, they also need to consider the status we are in.
The horticultural sector has seen a rise in export value, even as tea exports slightly decline. However, the country's widening trade deficit signals the cost of imports is rising faster than the export earnings.
With the emerging directives and the increasing stakeholder demands, there's an opportunity for private sector and governments to set the tone, to set the right tone, to get every private sector player on board. Here in Africa, majority of our business players are SMEs. We have a lot more work to do to make sure that these SMEs are also equally capacitated, but that they are able to also do their part, because they are the drivers of the economy in terms of employment creation.
While the EU's focus on sustainability is admirable, there needs to be more recognition on the unique challenges faced by the African exporters.
It's not possible to do business with a country when they say you need to have, for example, global gaps, meta, rainforest, springs, and all those manner of things. So if you don't have them, you cannot be penalized, but you will not do business. So it will affect you directly.
As Kenya grapples with the EU sustainability directives, it is clear that a delicate balance must be struck, one that promotes both environmental stewardship and economic growth. Without proper support, the future of Kenyan export in Europe may be uncertain. Sophia Ali, reporting for KTN.
As demand for usable ICT devices in the country